This guide offers practical advice for writing cleaner JavaScript code, drawing heavily on Robert C. Martin's clean code principles. It covers everything from naming variables and functions correctly, to structuring classes, handling errors, and testing. Throughout, it emphasizes small, focused units of work and clear intent. Variables use meaningful, pronounceable names. Stick to a single vocabulary for related concepts. Don't have get user info, get client data, and get customer record when they all do the same thing. Make names searchable and avoid magic numbers. For example, replacing or 86,400,000 with a named constant that shows it represents milliseconds per day. Keep variable names concise but informative, and avoid encoding extra context that class or object names already convey. Functions should do one thing: limit the number of parameters. 2 or fewer is ideal, so calling code is trivial and testing is easy. If you need many inputs, pass an object and use destructuring to name properties. Use descriptive names. Add month title tells the reader what happens, whereas add title is vague. Keep functions to a single level of abstraction. Break complex logic into simpler, reusable pieces instead of packing everything into one large function. Dead code and duplication are costly. Whenever you copy logic, consider a single abstraction that covers all cases, or at least a helper that can be used in multiple places. If code is no longer needed, delete it rather than commenting it out. History is preserved in version control. Error handling: always handle exceptions. Logging alone is often insufficient. Consider notifying the user or reporting to a service. For promises, always add a reject handler. Silent rejections can cause mysterious failures. Testing: write tests that each cover a single concept. Split tests into small, focused cases rather than bundling several expectations into one test. This makes failures easier to diagnose. Aim for high coverage and use a reliable test framework and coverage tool. Concurrency: prefer promises over callbacks to avoid nested callback hell. When you need asynchronous control flow, async await provides clean, linear code that is still non-blocking. Classes: prefer ES6 classes over older function-based prototypes. Methods should be chainable by returning this when appropriate. Composition is generally better than inheritance. If a class has an attribute that is an instance of another type, that attribute should be a separate object rather than a subclass. Follow solid principles. Keep each class focused, open for extension but closed for modification, and replace concrete dependencies with abstractions. Formatting and naming: consistent capitalization and naming styles improve readability. Use the same capitalization convention for constants, variables, functions, classes, and modules. Keep functions close to each other in code so callers and callees are near each other. Comments: write comments only when necessary to explain complex business logic. Avoid routine or redundant comments. Do not leave dead or journal comments in code. Rely on version control to track changes. By following these guidelines, choosing clear names, limiting functionality per function, avoiding duplication, handling errors responsibly, writing focused tests, embracing modern async patterns, and keeping code simple and well structured, you'll produce JavaScript that is easier to read, test, and maintain.